Hello and welcome to a new video. Today we're going to take a look at the best teams for the Holiday Cup for the Ultra League Edition. This is going to be the same stuff as we had basically last week where we had it for the Great League and now we have it for the Ultra League. So you can imagine that full of excitement I can present you teams that mainly are consisting of Pokemon that we've already seen the last week, just now as an XL version, because this is how this meta is going to be. Otherwise, we're going to have the Great League available at the same time. At this point, even while recording, there's already a video on this channel out for the top 10 fun teams for the Great League. I tried a little bit different, where I tried to take a look at Pokemon on teams that I would play just to have some fun, and that are still very strong, so check out those videos. But in generally, if you want to be always up to date for the Go Battle League, then feel free to subscribe to this channel. I would really appreciate it. My goal is to hit 100,000 next year. I would love that. Hopefully I want to have this play button, but generally, let's take a look at team number 1. Where we're going to have a team that you could have played exactly like this also for the Open Great League, and that is the fun part of it. It's not fun, to be fair. I'm not, honestly, I feel like the XL system, while it was cool for collectors, it's a downfall for PvP. It literally just makes everything so much worse. But this is an amazing team to run. You only have 2 XL Pokemon, 1 Legacy move and Body Slam, and you have a lot of fun to run. This team is actually very good though. There will be a video on this channel as well with this team later on today where I tried it out already in test builds. It is a good team. It's a team that you should run. It's a team like if you have the Pokemon, it is worth it. Trust me, it is worth it. XL is sadly just king here, and that is a team that really utilizes it well. But do you know as well that we're going to have access to Pokemon that are also XL heavy, like the Lapras? I think Bellybolt, I don't think you need directly XL for it, but I think it's just like close on the border towards it. Maybe you need a little bit. But Lapras, Bellybolt, Verzian are all very good together. It is a team that I think has been used against me as well. I don't know. But like, this team is very solid. I know it didn't get used against me. It's a team that I went up as well for. Like, I made this team here up myself there. It's a very good team to run. You have the Lapras. Certain weaknesses that you can usually deal with your backline. I guess the one weakness that I would see here might be actually a Verzian against you, even though you have your own Verzian. But generally speaking, I think Lapras is just a better lead matchup here for other Verzians as well, because you just have a little bit more bulk and not that double weakness to fighting like you have with Auroras. Alright, let's talk a little bit about the king of this meta. It is not Licky, it is not Skeledirge, it is Oranguru. Unless you face off against a Dark-type Pokemon, which is quite rare because there are not that many great Dark-type Pokemon allowed in this meta. The only real Dark-type Pokemon is going to be Moltres here, which at the same breath is being weak to all of those Ice types, which are also allowed. Oranguru just destroys everything. Like, let's take a look here at the Pokemon that it loses against. Aurorus, you have super effective coverage. Bellybolt, you're neutral, of course, they have super effective fast move damage, it's kind of mainly it. Oranguru itself, it's neutral. Sandstitch, it's mainly because of the steel typing, your fast move is going to be resisted. You have to kind of rely on the brutal swing spam. Very close battle still though. Credilli, it's just 2 very bulky Pokemon going up to each other, and then the rest is just going to be like steel type Pokemon. Oranguru itself is absolutely fantastic, and of course, in order to deal with those steel type Pokemon that you can struggle against, we have the lead of the Skeledirge. Alright, next one is going to be either absolutely annoying to deal with or a ton of fun, depending on what your mood is. Either you're going to go ahead and go for the Shadow Annihilape, the Shadow Raikou, and the Shadow Magnezone. By the way, none of them have to be Shadow. All of them can be awesome non-Shadow. And you have a lot of fun and a great time. Or you just go for Licky and then do Dunsparce, and then you're just going to have a lot of bulk in the bag. Both of which are going to be totally fine. I think, best idea there, my best team would have been Annihilape lead, saves up Licky, Magnezone in the back. I think that's kind of ideal. Magnezone is actually fantastic in this meta. I think it's one of the strongest Pokemon in this meta that you can run. So definitely something that you should mostly consider running. It's a cool thing to run for sure. And as you can see here as well, this is going to be a very solid team together. Only real weakness here generally for this team, which you can by the way stop as well if you run normal types in the back, is going to be the Runerigus. Alright, next up, team number 5. It's basically very similar to what we had already, but this is an ABC style line. This is a line with Skeletor plus Verzian. I think it's a very interesting line to run. The only real weakness here, in my opinion, is actually going to be like those two Pokemon that you have in the difficult matchup section here. I think those are very tough to deal with, but the rest is going to be fine. Again, you still can deal with it though. For example, Verzian is actually not that bad against the Moltres, especially in the 2-hit scenario. As you do outspeed, you still do neutral damage, and they do resisted fast move damage. It's just a charge move that hurt. So I think this is going to be a team that actually still works out quite well. Again, Oranguru is going to be a bit of an issue, but Oranguru is generally a bit of an issue for a lot of teams. And so we can move on to team number 6. Where we're going to have ground double flying, or we're going to have the 2 cannon, which I think is shadow better. I don't know why I have the non-shadow here, but both of them are fine. Yeah, basically it's quite simple. Like, it's quite simple. You have the lead that's going to be ideally Runerigus, but it's very difficult for a lot of people to have. Could be Auroras here as well. Then you have your Sace up, and then you have your Pokemon on the back. Runerigus has the nice ability to destroy those electric-type Pokemon a little bit better, especially, of course, something like the Magnezone here. Otherwise, like, this team is going to be perfect. I think it's a great team to run. And I think that also, especially if you have Runerigus lead and then the Sace of Corviknight, the Corviknight really can shine here because it can bait out like Pokemon like the Magnezone, and then you hit it for double super effective damage, which is kind of mad. Alright. Next team is like literally Bulk City. Like, if you want to have the bulkiest team that takes 20 million years to get knocked out, there you go. Jellicent, Dickily, absolutely fantastic team if you want to have bulk. This is perfect for bulk. This is amazing for bulk. This is an amazing team to run. It loses against Magnezone. Magnezone is absolutely by far the worst Pokemon to encounter for this team. The rest is totally fine. But it's just a very good team. Again, Jellicent in the lead, going to be good against the Fire-type Pokemon. Sace up of the Licky, going to be able to bait out something like an Annihilape, while still punishing it with a Shadow Ball, and then in the back you have Cordilli, which you kind of want to avoid those Fire-type Pokemon. So it has a lot of synergy. It has some synergy outside of this specific matchup there as well. It's very good. It's lame as hell. I just hear it's top team video. It's not like fun team video. If you want fun teams, look at my last Great League video. This is just top teams, which means we have to kind of talk about the elephant in the room. XL Pokemon are just broken in this meta, and that's the main reason why I don't really like to play it. And the thing is as well, which is kind of funny, I do have all those XL Pokemon. I just don't have the interest in playing them because they're taking so long. It just takes so long. Anyway, Pawmot, Lapras, as well as Dusknoir is going to be my next team. You're going to have with Pawmot a Pokemon that actually has a lot of potential in this meta. It's a Pokemon that's quite squishy. I do not recommend you to go for Brick Break. Brick Break is always recommended. I think it's a bad move to run. I think it's a really, really bad move to run. Like, Brick Break just doesn't help you because you're always going to give up something then, because you're not going to have like any fast move pressure here with Thundershock. So you're either going to give up the Flying type coverage in terms of, with Brick Break there. Well, yes, Brick Break is Fire type coverage, it just doesn't do a lot of damage. Or you're gonna give up the Electric type coverage if you get rid of Royal Charge. And so I think this is the ideal way. Just go double nuke, get an early advantage, sub onto your Lapras, and then try to win the game at the end with a Dusknoir. This is kind of the idea that I had with this team. Okay, I think this idea behind this team is quite obvious. I went ahead, went into PvP Poke, and searched for Weather Ball. Those are the Weather Ball Pokemon that are very good right now, and I think they're still working out super well together though. I don't think there's actually a real weakness for this team. Not even Corviknight is a real weakness here. And that's kind of funny because like you might think, okay, it's just like a theme team, but it's actually a very solid team. I still want to build my Ninetales for the, for this meta here, just generally, or for the Ultra League. I haven't built my Shadow Ninetales yet, but it's very expensive. And I might just wait for the next season still, because next season is going to be up in 2 months, but I think it's still kind of worth it to think about, where you want to keep your Stardust. And like, I don't know if I want to run a Ninetales and Shadow yet in the Ultra League meta especially. And the final team is going to be a bit fun because I kind of want to just make a team around the Goldengo. I think Goldengo is a fun Pokemon to run in this meta. It's actually super highly ranked. It's not that great on paper apparently, but I just want to have a little bit of a fun team here at the end after having all those XL Pokemon. We still have XL Pokemon on the back though. Cordilli, Licky, absolutely worth it. But this is going to be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, feel free to leave a like, and I will see you then. Bye bye.